Hello and welcome to Unit 1, Lecture 2, The Nature of Entrepreneurship. I am Ujjwal Buch from Government Polytechnic, Ahmedabad. The topics covered are: first topic is legal issues for the entrepreneur. Topic 1.10 is IPR. Intellectual property is a category of property that includes intangible creations of the human intellect. Intellectual property rights include patents, copyrights, industrial design rights, trademarks, plant variety rights, trade dress, geographical indications, and in some jurisdictions, trade secrets. There are also more specialized or derived varieties of sui generis exclusive right, such as circuit design rights called mask work rights in the US, supplementary protection certificates for the pharmaceutical products after expiry of a patent protected from them, and database rights in European law. The term industrial property is sometimes used to refer to a large subset of intellectual property rights, including patents, trademarks, industrial designers, utility models, service marks, trade names, and geographical indications. The image shown here above, the link is given from Google Image. It shows what is IPR. It's a human resource, human thinking, human creation. Next topic 1.11 is patent, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. A patent is a form of intellectual property right granted by the government to an inventor or their successor in title that gives its owner the legal right to exclude others from making, using, selling, and importing an invention for a limited period of years in exchange for publishing and enabling public disclosure of the invention. An invention is a solution to a specific technological problem which may be a product or a process and generally has to fulfill three main requirements. It has to be new, but obvious, not obvious, and there needs to be an industrial applicability. To enrich the body of knowledge and stimulate innovation, it is an obligation for patent owners to disclose valuable information about their inventions to the public. Next is trademark. You must have seen the symbols shown in the video. A trademark is a recognizable sign, design, or expression which distinguishes products or services of a particular trader from similar products or services of other traders. A trademark, also written trademark, TM, or registered trademark, R, is a type of intellectual property consisting of a recognizable sign, design, or expression which identifies products or services of a particular source from those of others, although trademarks used to identify services are usually called service trademarks. Next is copyright. You see the symbol C within the circle. A copyright gives the creator of an original work exclusive rights to it, usually for a limited time. Copyright may apply to a wide range of creative, intellectual, and artistic forms or works. Copyright does not cover ideas and information themselves, only the form or manner in which they are expressed. Copyright refers to the legal right of the owner of intellectual property. In simpler terms, copyright is the right to copy. This means that the original creator of products and anyone they give authorization to are the only ones with the exclusive right to reproduce the work. Trade secret. A trade secret is a formula, practice, process, design, instrument, pattern, or compilation of information which is not generally known or reasonably ascertainable, by which a business can obtain an economic advantage over competitors and customers. There is no formal government protection granted. Each business must take measures to guard its own trade secrets. That is formula for, say, honest pav bhaji, or formula for its soft drink is a trade secret for Coca-Cola. Topic 1.12 is licensing. Definition is a business arrangement in which one company gives another company permission to manufacture its products for a specified payment. There are a few faster or more profitable ways to grow your business than by licensing patents, trademarks, copyright, designs, and other intellectual property to others. 1.13 is product safety and liability. Product liability refers to a manufacturer or seller being held liable for placing a defective product into the hands of a consumer. Responsibility for a product defect that causes injury lies in with all sellers of the product who are in the distribution chain. There is no federal product liability law. Actually, these words are as per maybe foreign standards. Typically, product liability lawsuits fall within the realm of civil rather than criminal law. The Consumer Product Safety Act is designed to protect the public from injuries, help consumers evaluate the risk associated with products, encourage uniform standards, and encourage research. Topic 1.14 Insurance. You must have seen many times advertisement where insurance is a subject matter of solicitation, some fast line which we never hear. So, what is insurance? Insurance is a means of protection from financial loss. It is a form of risk management primarily used to hedge against the risk of a contingent or uncertain loss. The amount of money charged by the insurer to the policyholder for the coverage set forth in the insurance policy is called the premium. There are 7 types of insurances: life insurance or personal insurance, property insurance, marine insurance, fire insurance, liability insurance, guarantee insurance, social insurance, many. Time to pause the video, reflection spot 1, and answer the following 3 questions. Write down the answers in your notebook and go ahead once you are done with the above questions. Topic 1.15 Contracts. A contract is a legally binding agreement that recognizes and governs the rights and duties of the parties to the agreement. A contract is legally enforceable because it meets the requirements and approval of the law. An agreement typically involves the exchange of goods, services, money, and promises of any of these. MOU you must have heard. This is something similar. Advertising. Advertising is a marketing tactic involving paying for space to promote a product, service, or cause. The actual promotional message are called advertisements or ads for short. The goal of advertising is to reach people most likely to be willing to pay for a company's product or services and entice them to buy. Advertising is a marketing communication that employs an openly sponsored non personal message to promote or sell a product, service, or idea. You may have seen so many ads in pictures, TV channels, and newspapers. There are many jingles or slogans. इसको लगा डाला तो लाइव जिंगल आला, टाटा स्काई, डर के आगे जीत है. There are so many slogans for that. Topic 1.7 is supply chain management. It is the management of the flow of goods and services and includes all processes that transform raw materials into final product. It involves the active streamlining of a business supply side activities to maximize customer value and gain a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Below are the components of supply chain management: planning, information, source, inventory, production, location, transportation, return of goods. Topic 1.18: Retail and FDI. Retail is the process of selling consumer goods or services to customers through multiple channels of distribution to earn a profit. Retailers satisfy demand identified through a supply chain. Retail markets and shops have a very ancient history dating back to antiquity. Store retailing. Department store is the best form of store retailing. You know, Big Bazaar, Reliance, and some hypermarkets and some malls. To attract a number of customers, the other types of store retailing includes specialty store, supermarkets, convenience store, catalog showroom, drug store, superstore, discount store, extreme value store. Second is FDI, foreign direct investment. It is an investment in the form of controlling ownership in a business in one country by an entity based in another country. It is thus distinguished from a foreign portfolio investment by a notion of direct control. Horizontal FDI are investment in business like those the investing company runs. Vertical FDI refers to any investment into business that fit somewhere in the investing company's value chain. One more is conglomerate FDI, refers to investments in business unrelated to the investing company's core business. For example, a real estate company opening a restaurant chain in another country. Topic 1.19 is micro, small, medium industry. The Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, a branch of Government of India, is the apex executive body for the formulation and administration of rules, regulations and laws relating to micro, small and medium enterprises in India. Manufacturing enterprises engage in the manufacturing of production of goods in any industry, and service enterprise engage in providing or rendering services. Some factory, some manufacturing point is first kind, and second one is education, hotel industry, healthcare industry. They are all second type, service industry. Here is the link msme.gov.in. Please have a look at it. In the website, it is said that in the manufacturing sector, there are three types: micro, small, and medium. Micro is up to 25 lakhs, up to 5 crore is small, and up to 10 crore is medium. In service sector, up to 10 lakh is micro, up to 2 crore is small, and up to 5 crore is medium. See the know about MSME link on the same website. Registration process. Topic number 1.20. Setting up a micro, small or medium enterprise. The link is shown here. Get start and arranging finance. Both the links are given on the website. You can go through the same. The main steps involved in setting up a micro, small and medium enterprise are as below. One is project selection, technology and machinery, arranging finance, unit development, Udyog Aadhar memorandum and addresses of DICs. We call it District Industries Centers or Jilla Udyog Kendra. Approvals, clearances and quality certification. Setting up a new unit is a big challenge. The overriding reason for anyone to think of establishing a MSME unit can be summarized in one word: opportunity. If one can see an opportunity to provide a product or service in a manner to generate sufficient surplus, then one way is to start up a MSME unit. This is all the more true if one believes in the maxim small is beautiful. Opportunities emerge out of ideas that one comes across by thinking about lives of friends and neighbors. This can generate ideas about products and services that can make things easier and improve quality of life of people. Guidelines, forms, reports, project profiles, self-employment books, all the links are shown here. No MSME unit can take off without monetary support. This need for finance can be classified into following types: long and medium term loans, short term loans or working capital requirements, risk capital, seed capital, marginal money, bridge loans. Financial assistance in India for MSME unit is available from a variety of institutions. The important ones are commercial, regional, rural cooperative banks, SEEDB, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India, SFCs, SIDs, or state financial corporations, or state industrial development corporation. We have GIDC in Gujarat and GSFC. For loan from financial institutions and commercial banks, a formal application needs to be made. The details of documentation that need to be provided with the loan application are indicated below. Documentation for loan application, balance sheet and profit loss statement for last 3 consecutive years of firm owned by promoters. Income tax assessment certificates of partners directors, proof of possession of land or building, architect's estimate for construction cost, partnership deed, memorandum and articles of associations of company project report, budgetary quotations of plant and machinery. A sanction or rejection letter is issued by bank after its assessment of the application. After receiving a sanction letter, applicants need to indicate in writing their acceptance of terms and conditions laid down by financial institution, that is banks. Here is the reflection spot 2. Please pause the video and answer the following questions. Write them down in your notebook. Please go ahead once you are done with above questions. There comes the end of the lecture. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or query, please mark it to my email ID or in the Google Classroom or in our WhatsApp group. Thank you very much. Goodbye all.